Hello everyone. Before I get right into the video, Jalen Hurts had an impressive night. The entire team had an impressive night. This is kind of like more of a coming out party game for the Birds. But before I comment and do any more thing I have to say, please comment, like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell on top of the video or at the bottom or the center, depending when you're viewing the video from. Don't forget to like the channel and sub the channel, because a lot of you guys out there subbing my videos, watching it, but not subbing the channel. So please do so at your earliest convenience, because when I make great content, you can enjoy it for your enjoying pleasure. And when you smash the likes, and let me know the videos are all over social media for their enjoying pleasure. Because the more content I make for you guys, the more likes I get, the more I make these contents in hardcore raw video for you guys for your enjoying pleasure. Okay, let's get right into it. Jalen Hurts had a good night. It's the first time he ever threw for over 200 yards. The man had 23 completions out of 37 attempts for 277 yards. He had a 7.5 yards per average, 1 touchdown. The interceptions, 2, and he had a 71.6 rating. I think he could have did better with the touchdown. I mean, with the INTs. I'm not exactly sure what he saw in the middle of that field when he threw that ball. He tried to get the ball to I think Dallas God, I think that's what it was, and the defender ran in front of the ball, took it 25-30 yards to get the Bay in good position, but the Bay never did anything with the interception, but they did get a field goal kick. The other touchdown occurred in the end zone, so that he needs to work on that initially, and I'll speak more about that later in the video. Let's get right into it. Rushing, DeAndre Swift did it once again. 16 carries, 130 yards, 8.1 average, 29 with the long no score. Gainwell had 14 for 43 yards, 3.1 average, 8 with the long no score. Hurts is the only one that had 10 carries for 28 yards, 2.8 average, 8 with his long 1 score. Receiving, AJ Brown finally had a breakout game. Finally did. He was long overdue after 2 games of not receiving any, without going over 100 yards. It's the first 100-yard breakout. He had 9 receptions for 131 yards, 14.6 average, along with 28 no score. And Zacchaeus, I think I got it right. 2 receptions for 58 yards, 29 was the average, 34 was the long 1 score. He had the only receiving score of the crew. Dallas Goedert had 5 receptions for 41 yards, 8.2 average, 13 was the long no score. Devontae Smith, 4 catches, 28 yards, 7.0 average, 15 was the long no score. Swift had 1 for 8, 8.0, 8 no score. Jack Stowe, 1 catch for 6, 6.0, 6 with the long no score. And Gainwell had 1 for 5, 5.05 with the long no score. Defense, ooh-wee. Blankenship had a breaking out party after his long return from a rib injury. He had 7 TOTs, 1 assist, no sack, the long interception, forced fumble, no forced fumble. Job had 4 tackles, no assists, 0-0-0-0. Josh Sweat Job had 4 tackles, no assists. Josh Sweat had 4 tackles, 1 assist, 0-0-0. Cunningham had 4 tackles, 3 assists, 0-0-0. And Jordan Davis continued to impress. He had 3 tackles, 1 assist, 0-0-0. Brandon Graham had 2 tackles, no assists, 0-0-0. Edmonds had 2 tackles, no assists, 0-0-0. Williams had 2 tackles, 1 assist, 0-0-0. Jalen Carter, wow. He had the most impressive stats after him and Fletcher Cox probably had the most impressive ones, and Tulupu, but I'm gonna get them in a few seconds. Jaden Carter, 2 tackles, 1 assist, a half sack, no interceptions, but he had 2 forced fumbles. Sidney Brown, I'm glad Sidney Brown finally got out there and did some plays. 2 tackles, 1 assist, 0-0-0. Fletcher Cox had 2 tackles, 2 assists, a half sack, 0-0. And Morrow had 2 tackles, no assists, 0-0-0. Now Morrow was the one who made the play behind the line of scrimmage and called the safety. He gave us a safety, Morrow. Thank God for that. Like I said, cause I'm gonna speak more on Morrow in a few minutes, and the reason why I said about that about the safety. And Troy Tulupu had 2 tackles, 1 assist. He had 1 sack, 0-0. Evans had 1 tackle, 1 assist, 0-0-0. Bradbury had 1 tackle, 0-0-0. And Slay had 1 tackle, 0-0-0. Kick return, Allen had 1 return for 17 yards, 17 average, 17 long, no touchdowns. Covey had 1 return for 30 yards, 30.0 was the average, 30 was the long, no touchdowns. Punt return. Punting. He had 3 for 81 yards. 27 was the average. No, 3 returns, 81 yards, 27 was the average. 52 was the long, and 0 touchdowns. Get this right. Kicking. Jake Elliott was 3 for 3, 33.3 was the average. His long was 38. No blocks. He was 2 for 2 on extra points. Punting. The new punter, Brian Mann. TOTs. He had 1 TOT for 38 yards. 38 was the average. 38 was the long. No touchbacks. He had 1 inside the 20. Now, since we now got all the stats out the way. By the way, sorry for getting up. But the light was getting ready to go off, and I had to get in there to make sure that the light don't go off while I make the video, because one thing I hate making videos in the dark, it's not good. So anyway, unless I need to. But anyway, overall, back to Nick Morrow. Morrow was the one that caused that. He had that second tackle that was in the Buccaneers backfield that gave us the safety. And here's why I said the safety was good, because before the safety occurred, on the 1 yard line, Hurts threw an ill-advised pass. He tried to get the pass into the end zone. It led to an INT. And so that's why I said that 2-point safety saved us, because if it hadn't been for that 2-point safety that Morrow had did in the backfield, you know, telling what the Eagles would have been, or what hole that they would have to try to climb out of to win this football game. 25-11, that's not a bad score. Should have been more points than that. But like I said, those 2 ill-advised throws that he threw, I know he wish he had those ill-advised throws back. But I can say that Hurts had a pretty good game. Like I said, those 2 ill-advised interceptions, that should not have been thrown. He should have saw the field clear enough before throwing those balls. That seemed to be plaguing him a little bit. But overall, the Eagles ran the ball real well. They ran for over 200 yards rushing in this game, with Swift getting the most carries, getting the most yards, and the most average. Too bad he didn't score a touchdown. I wish he did, but he didn't. The defense did extraordinarily well. Like I said, Carter had a breakout game, a half sack. The man got 2 sacks already. The 2 forced fumbles. He forced the fumble on one of the receivers, and he forced the fumble on one of the running backs, and then he forced the fumble from Mayberry. So I mean, wow. And then Cox had a breakout. Cox had a sack. Him and Carter shared that sack right there together there. Those guys, like I said, Carter had 2 sacks for his career already, and I think Fletcher has 1.5, I believe. And the 2 forced fumbles. Wow, like I said, he forced the fumble on the running back, and he forced one from Mayberry. Punt return, Brent Covey. Wow. He continues to get better and better and continues to show that speed. 3 for 81 yards. The longest was 27. I mean, longest was 50. I'm sorry, average 27. The longest was 52. That 52-yard punt return was what the Eagles really needed. That's what we needed. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, all the statistics itself is self-proving that this team is getting better and better and better as the weeks continue to grow for this team. Now, what is really so scary? Like they say, that they haven't really gotten to that groove yet. I mean, they getting into the groove slowly and surely, but they haven't grew. They're still growing. So once this team continues to grow, Hurts should be able to complete more balls and less interceptions. Right now, he got 3 picks this season. He got 4 touchdowns this season, 3 interceptions, I believe. I think he's 4-3 in the touchdown and the interception ratio. Once Hurts finally get his groove, his original groove back, where he can sit back and scan the field and get the ball out, that'll be great. Because last night was self-evident of that. That's why he threw over 277 yards. Like I said, that's his high. That's his high for this season so far. Because the last 2 games he threw for 180 yards less in the last 2. No, was it? I'm sorry. He threw for less than 200 yards in the last 2 games. This game was a breakout game for 277 yards. That's once he finally get the group and get his 200-yard game going, he's back. The running game whipped. I am thrilled and amazed that we got a guy of his talent that can see the field and get upfield, get them holes, get in there and get out of there. He's real good. But overall, statistics, y'all, I am very impressed in the Philadelphia Eagles team. This is my club. I've been with for over 43 years, and I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. But like I said, I enjoyed the game last night. It was less stressful than the last 2 games, I got to admit. You know what I'm saying? So with them having this mini bye week, the 10 days mini bye week they had a chance to get some things cleared up. So far, the Eagles had less than 6 penalties last night. I think they had 4 penalties last night, so that's great on the penalty standpoint. Overall, this game, I give this game overall a B-. And here's why I say B-. The 2 ill-advised pass that Hurts threw. I think if he had not thrown for those 2 ill-advised passes, it would be an A. It would be a B+ or A. And so that is my attention on this game. That's all I need to say. Hope you guys enjoy your Tuesday. I'm going to enjoy my rest of my week. Next week we play the Washington Commanders, and that's going to be an all-out brawl because it's an NFC East divisional game. Peace, y'all, and I'm out of here.